So January has come and gone, and now it is time for January favourites, and I have a whole nice mix of things: hair, skin, unfavourite, little sneak preview, so I really hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start everything off with what's on my face today, and that is this, which is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. And actually, funny story, in my, I think it was my 25 facts about me, I was actually wearing half Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk on one side of my face and L'Oreal True Match on the other. Basically, these are really, really similar, and this is like the drugstore version of Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. It provides a really beautiful medium coverage. It's what I'm wearing on my skin right now. Photographs really nicely, has incredible, incredible lasting power, and has a kind of matte finish but with a really luminous look to it. Really annoying thing about these though is they have like a really strange shade range, so I mixed a shade N4 and W2 to get my shade. So if you're after trying Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, or you want to repurchase it and it's a bit expensive, definitely go and try L'Oreal True Match. And they're basically owned by the same company. They're both owned by L'Oreal, so chances are they're made in the same factory as well. And then speaking of dupes, by the way, I'm like finding all these dupes because I did a whole week of dupes on my website, and I will link up the kind of roundup dupe post if you fancy knowing about any more dupes. And this is the Charles Worthington Volume Bounce Texturizing Spray. This is basically the better version of the Aucoin Dry Texturizing Spray, which I absolutely love because it makes your hair like double the size, but this has a bit more kind of hairspray hold to it. The one thing about the Aucoin Dry Texturizing Spray I wish I could change is that it doesn't hold your hair, it just adds a lot of texture and volume, but it doesn't last particularly long. This has a little bit of hairspray hold in it, but nothing that makes your hair go crispy, so it really lasts. I think I said this in my hair care routine, but I'll say it again in case you didn't see that video. I was actually filming with Cosmo and I put this in the video, and Jacob is the lovely man that films the Cosmo videos, and he actually said as soon as I finished using this, he was like, whoa, he was like, your hair like doubled in size, and I was like, I know, this stuff rocks. Yeah, it does. So what I normally do with this is I like section off my hair, I might do this now, and just kind of spray it a bit in the roots like that, and then like zhuzh it up a bit. So I can't really see what I'm doing right now, and then like spray it throughout the like mid-lengths and ends. It smells quite nice too. It doesn't smell as nice as the Aucoin one though. Ooh, hairspray in the eye. Hairspray in the eye. So this is really, really good. Just make sure you do not spray it in your eyes. Then, shall I mix it up? Because I have like hair, skin, I even have like an unfavourite, and then I have like a sneak preview as well. Should we go to some high-end things? These are the new YSL lip glosses. Oh my god, these are so nice. These are so, so, so nice. Okay, this is my favourite shade. This is number 19, and it kind of reminds me of the Chantecaille Brilliant Gloss in Lucky, which I love. You know, peachy pink, golden shimmer, but these have a really cool applicator on them that just kind of fit into your lips really nicely and just kind of hug them, and it just leaves the right amount of gloss on your lips. They are so, so moisturizing. They're such a pleasure to have on your lips because they're not sticky at all, and they smell so nice. They smell like sweets. I also have the shade number 202, which is just like a plain baby pink, and this one, if you like your red lips, is really nice as well. This is 206. It's quite sheer, but you can build it up a bit. On the lips, it looks so, so beautiful, and it fades quite nicely as well around 4 hours, and it doesn't kind of fade in the middle, and then you're left with like a weird kind of line, if you know what I mean. So these definitely get a thumbs up from me this month. They've gone straight to the top of my lip glosses chart. Eye cream is one of those things that I use in the hope it makes a difference in the future. But one eye cream, I know it's so boring to talk about eye cream, I'm sorry, but one eye cream that has made such a difference in my eyes this month, in like everything, in like the brightness of my dark circles, in puffiness, in the texture of underneath my eyes. Oh my gosh, it just completely blew me away, which was the Sarah Chapman Eye Recovery. First of all, can we just have like a mini round of applause for the pump, okay? I don't want any of my products to ever come in pots. Like, they're so unhygienic, and you end up wasting so much product and like sticking your fingers in them, and then people are like, oh, can I borrow some? And you're like, Hygienic pumps are the way forward, and it means you don't waste any product, and you know how much you should be using. Anyway, this cream is so lovely. It's so light, it's so moisturizing. It provides like a really nice layer before your concealer goes on top. And like I said, it just blew me away in terms of everything that I want around my eye area, and I know my mum is a big fan of this too. Definitely if you're after a new eye cream, look this way. This item I'm about to show you was actually supposed to be my December favourites, but I was watching the video back and you couldn't really hear what I'm saying. There was like a huge gust of wind, but this was the Revlon Shimmer Brick. It's not even called a shimmer brick, it's called their highlighting palette. But it kind of reminds me of the Bobbi Brown shimmer bricks. But I didn't even like the Bobbi Brown shimmer bricks. I felt like they were so shimmery and you couldn't control where you wanted the shimmer, and they weren't finely milled at all. Unlike this, which is so beautiful. It is so creamy. It gives such a nice bronzy glow. You can kind of mix up what shades you want. I have this lighter shade under my brow today, and then I've mixed them all and put them on my cheeks, which is so lovely, especially in sunlight, which you don't really want to wear a highlighter in sunlight. It can be a little bit telling, especially a really shimmery one. This is perfect because it's so finely milled and so subtle. These are already out in the US, that's where I bought mine, but they were supposed to come to the UK in March, but a couple of you guys have tweeted me saying you've already spotted them in Boots, and I think they're on Boots online as well. But I do have a giveaway of one of these on my website, so I will link that below if you fancy getting your hands on one. Is it me, or does this look like one of those kind of bone marrow things that you feed your dog? I don't know why I think that, but this is basically a tangle teaser for wet hair. I'm really aware that like when you brush your hair when it's wet, it is super damaging, far more than when you brush it when it's dry. But sometimes my hair just gets so knotty in the shower, I kind of have to brush it when it's wet, even though I normally try not to. So that is why this comes in really handy, because it doesn't kind of rip your hair and you don't feel like you're tugging against your hair, and it just kind of glides through wet hair, which I really like. Speaking of hair, I was actually speaking to my hairdresser before Christmas, and she was like, Amelia, like, your hair's getting really dry. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I do a mask once a week, I sleep in my Philip Kingsley elasticizer, like, what more can I do? I don't know what that weird voice was, but she was like, try sleeping in an oil. And this is the Hair Care Nourishing Oil, and I wanted something that felt a bit silicone-y as opposed to oily, if that makes sense, because I didn't want it to go all over my pillow, and I wanted it to kind of stick to my hair. Am I making sense? I just wanted it to kind of bond with my hair nicely, as opposed to getting all over my pillow and going everywhere and making everywhere else greasy, especially if I'm sleeping in it. And by the way, when I'm sleeping in it, people have asked me this before, I just put my hair in a plait and then clip it up, and that's how I sleep in my hair mask or my hair oils. But I apply this to dry hair and then put it in a plait, clip it up, and then sleep in it, and oh my gosh, my hair the next day is so silky and glossy, and the ends aren't dry. This is such incredible stuff, and it smells so good. Like, you know, hair oils have got to smell good, don't they? Oh, it smells so good. It smells like a tropical island of fruits. That sounds, what a weird description. But it does, it kind of just smells like that. I kind of went off hair oils for a while, but this has definitely brought me back on the hair oil bandwagon, because it is awesome stuff. Okay, hands up if your skin after like Christmas and the holiday season was looking like crap. Okay, like, oh my gosh, all that, like, not even chocolate, it was like chocolate and food and lack of sleep and alcohol, everything. My skin was looking like crap. So when something is called a rescue mask, you know that you're gonna get on well, okay? And me and this Revlon rescue mask got on really well. This is just like your typical clay mask, but it's not overly drying. It doesn't tug at the skin, and it doesn't kind of make your skin really tight after you remove it, which I really like. Especially my one kind of worst thing about clay masks is that when you're removing them, you have to like tug against your skin. There's none of that going on here. It just kind of melts away with warm water. It doesn't bring everything to the surface, which I like. The, what's it called? The Omravita Deep Cleansing Mask brings everything you have ever had to the surface, and I'm like, get back down there, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I don't want you coming out, I want the blackheads out. Everything else can just, you know, stay down there and keep my skin looking nice. But this brings out all the blackheads. You can actually see the kind of blackheads come to the surface, which is really gross but quite satisfying at the same time. And it kind of just keeps my skin calm altogether, which I really like. Okay, moving on to my unfavourite, and this is the YSL Flower Crush palette. Oh, look at this. This is so beautiful. You're like, oh, wow, you're so pretty. I want to put you all over my face. I love you. Confessed my love to this before I even tried it, because I was like, you're just so beautiful. No. Okay? Do you want silver glitter pigments on your face? If you do, get this, because this is all this did. Like, it looks like such a beautiful kind of peachy pink, and it deceives you because all you get on your face is like a tiny bit of peachy pink that fades like after like an hour, and then a lot of silver glitter. Okay, I know no one really sees that, like only me when I'm like doing this to the mirror, but like, I mean, why would you want silver glitter on your face? It's such a shame. I think this is definitely like a limited edition, add to your like collectibles drawer of your Muji storage kind of product. Like, it's just not, you know, if you were thinking about buying this, save your pennies, because if you want a nice blush, this is unfortunately not the way to go. But if you want a nice little collectible pretty thing, then this might be the way to go. Anyway, I was just kind of disappointed because on the face it just doesn't look as beautiful as it does in the pan. Now here is a little sneak preview of what is coming up next week. This, I think it's next week, this is the new NARS Narcissist palette. Whoa! Smoky I Love a Dream right here. I mean, what would a favourites video be without me showing you, one, a lip product, which I have done, and two, a palette. I haven't tried this yet, so this is not a favourite, this is just like a little sneak preview, and I'm going to do a video all about it next week, and I also have one right here to give away, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. But oh, it's just so pretty, I'm so excited to try this. By the way, I ordered this from the NARS website recently, but I think they're sold out on there, but I think it goes into Space NK stores on the 1st, so maybe by the time this video is up, if I can find a link to it, I will put it in the information box below, but definitely stay tuned for the video and the giveaway. That is all my favorite. Oh no, I have a song. Oh my god, okay, a song. Okay, right. I never put songs in my favorites video, but this song I have been listening to on repeat the whole entire month. It is like my feel-good, dance around my mirror kind of song. It is Bastille of the Night, and oh my god, it is such a like, just makes you like motivated. So if you like Bastille, definitely go and check their song out. Actually, funny story, so I'd kind of go from like one sentence to another without stopping. I was actually in the car driving, and when I'm in the car by myself, does anyone else do this? When you're in the car by yourself, I turn the music up like so loud, and I just like have the massive like singing song dance fest. And I was actually at a red light, and I was like, you know, singing along to Bastille, and the music was up really loud, and I think I might have been dancing too, like in my seat, and I was like doing this, and I look over and I like catch this taxi driver's eye who's at the light next to me, and he's literally having the biggest laughing fit at me. Like, he was cracking up, and I just didn't know what to do, and I just froze. And he didn't even pretend like he wasn't like he didn't see me. Like, he still carried on laughing, and I just kind of froze, and then like turned my music down a bit, and then just like awkwardly waited for the light to change. But it was one of those like fake lights, like the ones they have when their road works on, so it doesn't change for ages, and I was just like awkwardly waiting when this guy was like laughing the entire time, and I ended up was gonna go down the same road with him, and then I had to like turn right because I just couldn't. It was so embarrassing. But that is how much I love that song. And now, sorry, that was such a ramble. Now that concludes the end of my favorites video. January went in a flash. It really did. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will leave my links, as I always do, below, like Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. I am always on Twitter, so if you have any life or death questions, you can ask them on Twitter. I'm gonna do an Ask Amelia video this month with like frequently asked questions and that kind of thing. So if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer in the video, leave them in a comment below. And I think that's about it. That was a really long rambly video, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! So I haven't done a haul on this channel in a long time, and I have picked up quite a few bits. Some are repurchases, some were like Christmas airport purchases, so this is like a really nice big collective haul. We've got some MAC, we've got